welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, then welcome. Just a quick update for those of you who follow me on social media, like on Snapchat and Instagram. You all saw that I got a new puppy, and we actually adopted him, but he's half husky, half German shepherd, and I think he's half something else because it doesn't look like he's gonna grow that much. But anyway, so we got him on the 20th, so this past Monday. And, you know, so when we got him, the lady was telling us a couple things about him, saying, you know, we've tried putting him in a crate. He's almost completely potty trained, but we tried using a crate and he just whines and whines and whines. So when you bring him home, try not to use a crate or anything like that. And I said, okay, fine. I wasn't going to use the crate. So the first night we had him home, we just used a doggy gate, and I told Steven, you know, because Steven had to be up at 4 the next day. So I told him, I'm like, listen, you're going to wake up earlier than me. You're going to be downstairs making yourself breakfast. If he does have an accident, just let me know, like, tell me to come down and I'll take care of it. That way he's not having to worry about it and then rushing to work. So, of course, the next morning, Steven's like, Amanda, come down. Dallas had an accident. Oh, yeah, we named him Dallas, by the way. So I said, okay, and I come downstairs and I clean it up. I mop the floor and stuff. Thankfully, it was only pee. And then, you know, I'm like, okay, so he should be okay. We took him out. After it happened, we took him out. He went number 2. I was like, maybe he still has to go, and he did. So I'm like, okay, Steven went to work, and then I put him back on his bed, and I went upstairs. And within, I was like, should I go back to sleep and stuff? I'm like, you know what? I'm already awake. Might as well just start the day. So I washed up. I started doing the bed and stuff, and I hear him. At first, it sounded like a whine, and then he started howling like a wolf, like, oh, woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, is that my dog? So I go downstairs, and he's like sticking his head out over the doggy gate. And I'm like, Guy, what's wrong? You know, are you okay? And he ended up having another accident. And so I'm like, okay, an hour had passed. And so I'm like, okay, so let me take him out again. So he knows that if he does have to pee, we go out. So I took him out. He didn't really do anything, but he kept pulling the leash to go up on this hill. Now, on the other side of the hill is like complete woods. Like there's no houses there. It's like woods, trees, and all that. And he kept wanting to go over there. And I'm like, no, Dallas, no. And I'm pulling him. And we didn't tighten the collar because I didn't want it choking him because he has so much fur. He's very furry. And he wiggles himself out of the collar and he's running. And I'm like, I'm about to lose my dog. So I'm like chasing him, and like the closer I got to him, the further away he would move from me. So I'm a big believer in praying, and at that point I was like desperate. I'm like, I cannot lose my dog. Lord, give me guidance. What do I do? Like, please, like, protect my dog, and like don't let anything happen, and please bring him back to me. So he was like maybe 8 feet away from me, and every time I would scoot, he would like look at my feet right away. And so of course I prayed, and I just felt something in me. I say it was God, but I just felt something in me say, get up and get your dog. And I'm like, if I get up and I move close to him, he's gonna run. So I'm like, Amanda, just get up and get your dog. And I look at him, and he's just sitting, and he, you know, it was like 19, 20 degrees outside. So he starts shaking. And I'm like, okay, you're obviously not gonna move anymore. So I go and I scoop him up, and it was okay. It was great. I'm like, oh, thank God. Thank you, Jesus. And I bring him back to the house. So I'm like, okay, you stay here. We're not going out for like another couple hours because you don't need to go out. So I go upstairs, and I'm trying to finish cleaning up after an hour, and I hear him whining again. And normally, you know, if a dog is just so used to whining, you kind of ignore it. But this is new for him. This is new for me. Like, this place is new for him. So I'm like, okay, what could he possibly need? So I go, I'm like, do you just want to play? So I pick him up, and I peek over because his bed is in the kitchen, and he ate the blinds that were covering the window in the kitchen. And I'm like, no, you didn't, dog. No, you didn't. So I'm freaking out. I call Steven and I'm like, babe, he ruined the blinds. What do we do? And Steven's like, it's okay. Oh, thank God for Steven. He's such a he has such a peaceful aura because he's like, don't worry, I'll just come home and replace it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I leave it like that. I'm like, okay, and I'm like, no, Dallas, no. And I'm putting his nose where he did the damage, and I just leave it like that. And I had come across our friends on the third walk that I took Dallas. And I see her and she's like, if he's continued to having accidents and he ruined your blinds, the best thing for him, regardless of what that lady said, was put him in a crate. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I mean, it is one of the best tools to training a dog, crate training them first, so they know what they can have access to and stuff like that. And if they're in timeout, in the crate they go. And so I'm like, I know, I really need to do that. She's like, we have one. If you change your mind and you decide to use a crate, we have one. So when Steven comes home, we have dinner and stuff like that, and we're getting ready to go to the gym. And I kind of wanted to keep the open space that we gave Dallas, I kind of wanted to keep it more tighter. And Steven's like, where we're going to put the gate in order to make the space more tighter, the gate doesn't reach that far because it was such the open area was so wide. And he's like, the only thing we could do is try to have it against the fridge and hopefully he doesn't get out. And while he was doing it, I'm like, babe, this is really wiggly. And he's like, it's fine. He doesn't even like going in the living room because every time we would put him in the living room, he would run back to the kitchen. So I'm like, okay, he probably won't do anything. When we come back from the gym, I'm going to insert that video, by the way. So when we come back from the gym, the first thing I noticed, the gate is on the floor. I didn't even peek to see if he was still on the bed. I was like, he's out. The gate is on the floor. I know that dog is out. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, Steven, he got out. So we come to the living room. He's sitting in the middle of the living room just staring at us. And we look, all our blinds are destroyed. That one, we just replaced it. This one. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, no, he didn't. And then he kind of tinkled, too, on our ottoman. And I'm calling my friend Courtney, and I'm like, oh, my God. He destroyed all our blinds and stuff like that. And she was like, oh, so it was only on the first floor? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, are you sure? Because when he came over, he wanted to go upstairs in my house. And I'm like, oh my God. And as I'm walking up the steps, I see little scuffs on the carpet, like if someone had went up, but it's tiny. So I'm like, no, please. 2 of our guest bedrooms, both blinds were eaten completely. It was just, oh my gosh. I'm going to go ahead and insert that video now so you can see what happened. So this is the damage he did earlier during the day when I was home alone by myself. Looks like a cat did it. Are you a cat? Then when we came back from the gym, there was a little bit of throw up there. I think he had anxiety. I'm not quite sure. Yes, we had to buy a couple more curtains because this is what he did to our living room. He tinkled a little bit on our ottoman, but I scrubbed it and it smells amazing now. But yeah, he did this. Oh, it gets worse. He did this. He has something against our blinds. I don't know what it is. Maybe he was trying to get out because he knows that leads to outside. There's that. Oh, yeah, he made his way upstairs. We've never even taken him upstairs. That's how you know he was exploring. There's that. And there's that. So we have to replace 4 whole blinds because of the dog. It's insane. Excuse me. My beautiful husband. He's gonna be a champ, even though he's so sore. He's gonna be a champ and replace the blinds for me. Thank you. I love you so much. You're the best. You all right? A little sore? Your butt looks great though. Oh my goodness, I can't believe the dog did this. So then, after all that happened, I'm FaceTiming my sisters. I'm FaceTiming my mom. No, just my sisters and Courtney. And they're like, oh my God, they're laughing. And they're like, yeah, you got to replace it and stuff like that. And as soon as I saw that he did all that damage, I called Courtney and I'm like, My husband is heading over to your house to pick up that crate because I refuse to take that lady's advice and just use a doggy gate, because obviously he needs some discipline now that he's exploring and stuff like that. So Steven went to go pick up the crate. He brought it to the house. Then he went straight to Walmart to replace all the curtains, and it was just, oh my gosh. We kept him in that crate the whole night. I was like, there is no way you're gonna sleep outside the crate. You obviously need this, and you proved that to me more than once. So yeah, that is the update. I'm sorry if I look like a mess. We just came back from the gym, and I told myself I needed to vlog this and stuff like that before it's too late. But yeah, guys, that is the update of our new puppy. One other thing, a lot of people are asking me about Bella, which was my previous dog. She's good. When I found out I was going to get married and I had to move to Virginia, she couldn't come with me. So she's now living with a lady that we made friends with at our church who was looking for a dog. And when I had posted that I can no longer keep her, she was like, I'll take her. And every now and then she'll shoot me a text saying that Bella's doing good. She'll send me a couple pictures. Don't get me wrong, guys. I still miss Bella. Like, there are times where I cried. Even when I got Dallas, I was like, oh my God, I feel horrible because I feel like I'm replacing her. But I know she's in a good place. She's with an amazing family, God-centered family. And, you know, Steven goes to trip a lot, so I need a companion. And after you give up the dog, you can't ask for her back. It's just not good. So I couldn't ask for Bella back. So we came across Dallas, and I absolutely fell in love. So it is a learning process, though. Although Bella was a lot easier to train, I could take a challenge. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something from me. I'm just happy that only the damage was done on things that can be replaced and easily fixed. I'm happy that he didn't eat any of our shoes. He didn't like chew on the walls or the couches and stuff. So overall, I'm thankful, and this definitely was a learning experience. Like, we have to learn just as much as the dog has to learn. So it can only go up from here, guys. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.